Have you ever heard of cities that were completely wiped off the face of the earth? Lost to time and memory? Today, we're going to journey back thousands of years to explore the incredible and cautionary tale of the people of Lut and the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. This is a story found in the Quran, the Bible, and the Torah. A powerful lesson that has echoed through the ages. Our story begins with the prophet Ibrahim, known as Abraham in the Bible and Torah. After a long journey of faith, Ibrahim and his nephew, Lut, settled in the land of Canaan. As their families and herds grew, they decided it was best to part ways to find enough pasture for their livestock. Ibrahim stayed in the blessed lands, while Lut chose to settle in a city in the Jordan River Valley, a place we know as Sodom. Now, the cities of the plain, including Sodom and Gomorrah, were bustling with life. They were situated on major trade routes, blessed with fertile land and abundant resources. You'd think this would make the people grateful and kind, but sadly, the opposite was true. The wealth and prosperity had corrupted them. The Quran describes them as a people who transgressed all bounds. They were known for their arrogance, their dishonesty in trade, and their mistreatment of travelers. Strangers who entered their cities were often robbed and abused, their hospitality replaced with hostility. But what truly set them apart was a behavior never before seen in human history. They openly engaged in acts that went against the natural order, defying the very fabric of morality. This wasn't something done in private. It was a public spectacle, a part of their culture they celebrated without shame. Seeing this deep-seated corruption, God, in his infinite mercy, decided to send them a guide, a warner from among themselves. He chose Lut to be his prophet. Lut was a righteous man, a beacon of light in a city shrouded in darkness. His mission was clear: to call his people back to the path of righteousness, to worship the one true God, and to abandon their wicked ways. Lut began his mission with patience and wisdom. He would go to his people and say, "Will you not fear God? Indeed, I am a trustworthy messenger to you, so fear God and obey me." He reminded them of the blessings they enjoyed, the beautiful land, the wealth, and the security. He pleaded with them, "Do you commit such immorality as no one has preceded you with from among the worlds?" He was essentially asking them, why are you pioneering this path of self-destruction? Why are you rejecting the natural way of things for something that brings no good? How did the people of Sodom react to this heartfelt plea? Did they listen? Did they reflect? No. They responded with mockery and threats. They saw Lut as an outsider, someone who was too pure for their society. They ridiculed him, saying, "If you do not desist, O Lut, you will surely be of those evicted." They didn't want to be told they were wrong. They were comfortable in their ways and saw Lut's message as a direct threat to their lifestyle. Their hearts had become so hard that they couldn't see the truth he was presenting. They were blinded by their desires. This rejection went on for years. Lut never gave up. He continued to warn them day and night, in public and in private. He reminded them of the fate of previous nations who defied their prophets, like the people of Neh and Hud. But their only answer was a defiant challenge. They taunted him, saying, "Bring us the punishment of God, if you are of the truthful." It's a chilling response, isn't it, to be so arrogant as to challenge the Almighty himself. Seeing their utter refusal to change, their complete lack of remorse, and their open challenge, Lut felt a deep sense of despair. He had done everything he could. He turned to his Lord and made a heartfelt prayer, a prayer of a prophet who had exhausted all means. He prayed, "My Lord, support me against the corrupting people." This prayer marked a turning point. The time for warnings was over. The time for divine justice was near. In response to Lut's prayer, God dispatched 3 angels who took the form of handsome young men. Their first stop was the home of Prophet Ibrahim. They gave him the good news that his elderly wife, Sarah, would bear a son, Isaac. After delivering this joyous news, they revealed their true mission. They were on their way to the city of Sodom to carry out God's decree. When Ibrahim heard this, his compassionate heart was filled with concern. He knew Lut was in that city. He began to plead with the angels. Indeed, within it is Lut. The angels reassured him, saying, "We are more knowing of who is within it. We will surely save him and his family." except his wife. She is to be of those who remain behind. Lut's wife, though married to a prophet, had never truly believed in his message. She secretly sympathized with the people of Sodom and would betray Lut's trust by informing the townspeople when he had visitors. Her heart was with them, so her fate would be with them as well. This is a powerful reminder that faith is a personal choice, and even the closest relationships can't save someone who chooses disbelief. The angels then left Ibrahim and made their way to Sodom, arriving at the city gates in the evening. The first person to see them was Lut's daughter. She rushed to tell her father about the handsome strangers, knowing the danger they would be in if the men of the city found them. Lut's heart sank. He was filled with anxiety, knowing how his people treated visitors. He didn't know they were angels. He just saw vulnerable travelers in need of protection. He met them and, without revealing his fears, offered them shelter in his home, hoping to keep them hidden until morning. He tried to subtly warn them about the nature of the city's inhabitants, but the strangers insisted on staying. Lut had no choice but to bring them home, praying they would remain unnoticed. But his wife, the traitor in his own household, saw her opportunity. She slipped out and alerted the men of the town. Lut has guests tonight, the likes of whom I have never seen in beauty. Say, told them. Soon, a depraved mob, filled with evil intent, descended upon Lut's house. They surrounded the home, banging on the door, demanding that Lut hand over his guests. Lut was in a state of utter distress. He stood at his door, a lone man against a frenzied crowd, trying to protect his guests. He pleaded with them one last time. He even offered them his own daughters in lawful marriage, a desperate act to turn them away from their unnatural desires and towards what is pure and permissible. He said, "O my people, these are my daughters. They are pure for you. So fear God and do not disgrace me concerning my guests. Is there not among you a man of reason?" But his words fell on deaf ears. They mocked him. "You have already known that we have no interest in your daughters. And indeed, you know what we want." They were relentless. They started to push forward, trying to break down the door. In this moment of absolute despair, with all hope seemingly lost, Lut cried out, "If only I had against you some power, or could take refuge in a strong support." It was at this critical moment that his guests revealed their true identities. "O Lut," they said, "indeed, we are messengers of your Lord. They will never reach you." They told him to gather his family and leave the city in the dead of night, with one strict instruction, and let no one among you look back, except your wife. They told him that the promised punishment would fall upon the city at dawn. The angels then used their divine power. With a single touch, they blinded the men at the door, who stumbled away in confusion, unable to find the entrance. This gave Lut and his family the chance to escape. Under the cover of darkness, Lut, along with his believing daughters, fled the doomed city, leaving everything they owned behind. They walked into the night, never once looking back, as they were commanded. As the first light of dawn broke the horizon, the divine command was executed. A terrifying cry seized the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. The Quran describes a catastrophic event. God turned the cities upside down and rained down upon them stones of baked clay, marked from your Lord. It was a storm of destruction, a complete and utter annihilation. The very ground was flipped over, burying the cities and their inhabitants under a torrent of brimstone and fire. In an instant, a civilization that had thrived on corruption and arrogance was reduced to nothing but rubble and ash. And what of Lut's wife? She disobeyed the command. As the chaos erupted behind her, she looked back, her heart still tied to the wicked people and the life she was leaving. In that moment, the same fate that befell the city befell her. She was struck down and became a part of the grim history she chose to cling to. When morning came, the once fertile valley was a desolate wasteland. The bustling cities were gone, replaced by a strange, salty sea. Today, that area is known as the Dead Sea, the lowest point on Earth, a place where no fish can live and very little vegetation can grow. Many scholars and archaeologists believe the ruins of these cities lie beneath its salty waters or along its shores, a silent, stark monument to a people who were given every warning but chose to ignore them. The story of the prophet Lut and his people is not just a historical account. It's a profound lesson. It teaches us about the consequences of arrogance, of rejecting divine guidance, and of allowing corruption to become the norm. It highlights the importance of standing up for what is right, even when you're standing alone. It shows the incredible patience and mercy of God in sending messengers, but also his swift and decisive justice when all warnings are ignored. It reminds us that societies are built on a moral foundation, and when that foundation crumbles, the entire structure is at risk of collapse. The fate of Sodom and Gomorrah serves as a timeless warning for all of humanity, a powerful reminder to stay on the path of humility, gratitude, and righteousness. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the past. If you found this story thought-provoking, please like this video, share it with others, and subscribe for more content that explores the powerful lessons from our shared history. Until next time, stay curious and reflect.